116 Hotline.
It's Sadie.
It's Bobby.
And this is Sutiana. And if this is your first time listening to our podcast, we are 116 Hotline. We are a
trio
of
sisters.
And we like to talk about anything and everything. And I don't know if you've never heard of us before, welcome. I hope you stick around and see what this podcast is about. But if
Today,
you're coming back, we have a special guest.
Hi.
So, hi, what's your name? Please introduce
What's your name,
yourself.
occupation, and sign?
My name is Emily. I'm a Gemini. So I go by Emxiongcreations or whatever, but my name is Emily. So thank you guys for having me.
Yes, we'll put her socials right here.
Emxiongcreations.
Yes, make sure you follow her. If you don't follow her, you're fake.
Emily's the one who does my hair. So
yeah. So Emily, tell us a little bit about what you do.
Yes.
So I'm a hairstylist. I do makeup too, but it's like I feel like I focus more on hair now, but I do makeup, hairstyling. I'm learning to like enjoy like bridal stuff too.
Ooh,
so
like bridal makeup.
Like, I want to promote that more. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Like bridal makeup and hair?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you do both? Do you offer both?
Like a little package or whatever, but yeah.
Okay. So if anyone's trying to do,
if anyone's getting married,
yes, wedding.
Yes.
Book her. Like I said, we're gonna put her socials here, so make sure you guys book her. So
let's do some questions for Emily. Okay. I have like a couple questions in mind to ask Emily.
Wow, Sadie, the first time. Without contributing, Emily, this is new. Okay, this is new.
Well, I'm over here like, what kind of questions do we got?
No, it's new because Val's actually putting in work.
Period.
The first one.
If you know me, I do the minimum.
Bare minimum. Yeah.
Okay, but one thing I did want to ask you though is like, just because I know like in the Hmong community, like most Hmong parents don't see like cosmetology as like a successful career. Mm-hmm. And in my opinion, I feel like you're pretty successful.
Thank you.
I mean, you guys bought this house with your career, your car, like you've done a lot.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, like, do you feel like back then you made the good decision to do cosmetology, or like do you feel like you should have went a different route? No.
Well, I mean, like I have my days because there's some times where I'm like, man, I wish I got that college experience, you know, like stay in a dorm. But honestly, like I feel like everything fell the way it did, like for a reason. Because like my parents were always really supportive. Like, girl, before hair, I was like that wannabe beauty guru. Like I was like, I'm gonna upload like YouTube videos, but like you know that era. Because I know Sutiana,
2012, 2013. Yeah.
So I love like makeup and stuff, and even like my mom was supportive of that. Like she was like, she had like this like professional camera or whatever, and I was like, can I use it to record and like put on YouTube?
DSLR cameras.
Yeah.
So you've always been into it. Into that.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's like, yeah, use it, do whatever, and I was always the one doing her hair and makeup too, so she was really supportive. And I think that is because like my sister did try to go to like, I don't know if it was nursing school, it was like some kind of medical school, and it didn't work out for her. And my mom like did push her a lot, so I think seeing that happen with my older sister with me, she was kind of like, do what you want to
actually pursue.
Yeah.
You want to know something funny?
Yeah.
Sadie actually used to want to be a cosmetologist.
Really?
I was actually really into it. Well, as a kid growing up, like I was really into hair, so much more hairy.
I can see that.
I dyed Val's hair.
She cut my hair all the time.
Funnier, I was like telling myself, if I wasn't a hairstylist, I would be a teacher.
Multiverse.
Yes.
Interlink.
Yeah. I was the opposite. Like I never imagined becoming a teacher. I was very, very much into hair. Like I would growing up, I would cut all of my auntie's hair, color my mom's hair, my hair. I did Val's hair.
Crazy.
I did our hair in her restroom, and I actually was supposed to go to what is it called? Tech for cosmetology.
I went to tech.
Yeah,
you did
in high school.
I wish I did, but I wish
I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was supposed to, but then I missed my orientation because I was out of town, and then I just like brushed it off.
You're
so
like,
I never went into it. But
Yeah.
Damn.
But everything happens the way it does for a reason.
exactly,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm happy with
so
what I do
crazy.
Yeah.
now. But it's crazy.
The roles are reversed.
I know, right? Like Spider-Man, like.
Yeah.
So what's one thing, I would say, can you name one challenge that you've overcome
I was gonna
as
say that.
a hairstylist, or as like, not even only a hairstylist, because you know what? You're more than just a hairstylist.
Period. You are a strong, independent Hmong woman.
We're not talking
successful
about
Hmong
yes,
women.
we're not just talking about your job. We're not just
Yeah.
talking about, you being a wife and whatever. Like, what is one struggle that you've overcome in your life that you think has been a great lesson?
Ooh,
We're getting right into
that's fucking dark. We're getting
Right into it.
damn.
Well, I feel like there's been a lot of things that I feel like I've overcame, but really the thing is like stepping out of my comfort zone. Like Satana, you've helped me a lot. Like because before I was like in this little like nutshell, like I didn't want to like I feel like when I'm comfortable, I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
But like starting to like talk to like go out and like see my clients and actually
Yeah.
get to like talk to them and see them like at the Sabani Fest. Like
Yeah.
I saw so many of my clients and I was like, I hope you guys recognize me because when I'm at work sometimes I don't wear makeup like
Yeah.
that. So when I see them, like it's nice like talking to them and like I used to be so scared to like go out and like people seeing me and I don't know why. Like I don't know why I feel like that. I was just like I don't want to talk to anybody. I just kind of wanted to like do my own thing. But once I like went out, like it was nice seeing my clients and like getting to know their friends and family too. So that's one thing. And another thing is like I feel like I'm always worried about not being like, because like, with doing hair, I'm self-employed. So whoever comes to me, comes to me. And if they don't, then it could be a slow week. So I think in my head, like, I'm always worried that it's not going to be consistent, But, like, literally, like, I always tell myself, like, hey, I worried about that last time. And everything worked out, like, it's going to work out, So, yeah, there's been a lot. But really, I think it's just me trying to be more positive and, like, putting out what I want into the world to receive it back,
Yes. Emily, yes. And I always tell you, like you have the talent. Like that's one thing about you is like you have the talent and you have the drive and you have you have everything. And I think it's time for you to step into it. Like be ready to accept it.
Yes, every time you tell me that, I'm like, you know what, Satana's right. Like that's why, like when you invite me to like those like little events, I'm like, I was so nervous. I'm like, do I go? Should I go? I'm like, fuck it, like let me just go. Sorry, I don't know if I can cuss on here.
Yeah, you can go.
Okay, girl.
I'm like,
yeah, but I'm glad that you're stepping into it because I think it's time. It's time.
And I feel like it really intertwines with what you do in general, with your job and career. Like it would help out.
Yeah, and I think it's just a full circle moment. Like, people know you, and I think it's really, how you said, like, just really putting the personality and kind of connecting who you are. And I think it makes it more personable, so people actually know you on a personal level versus just business.
Right, exactly.
Anyways,
I feel like
love
you have a big clientele now too, though.
Yeah, for sure. Like literally, everybody knows everybody. So if one person's talking something about other person, I'm like. I'm just
Dude,
that's what they say. That's a good question.
No, that's what they say. Like hairstylist, like knows everything because people just gossip. Shit, I gossip when I go to Emily.
It's like all of that, the whole industry. Because my lash lady knows my entire life. My hair lady knows my entire life. My nail lady. We talk because it's like girl time, like girl time that you just get to like vent and talk.
Yeah,
and that's why I feel like with your personality being like that, they will like to come back to you because they enjoy being with hanging out.
And honestly, if people weren't comfortable around you, they wouldn't say things like that. That's another thing. I feel like I don't know you like that well, but how I do know you, like I feel like you sell yourself short sometimes. Yeah. And I'm like, Emily, stop doing that. Stop doing that. Like, come on, you are that girl. So I'm glad you're ready to like step into it.
Yes.
It's about that.
Yeah.
My question is, how have you handled like your personal home life, like you and your husband, and like being a nya, like your nya life? Especially because like you guys live alone now. And like I know like from Satana's experience, like she has difficulties in that aspect. I'm thankfully no longer. I'm thankfully no longer in that era.
It's been a crazy 24 hours, but
But for you, like how? Because like every Hmong woman like handles like being a nya differently and like just being like a married
There's just
woman
struggles with
differently.
it.
What are
So
your
like what have been your experiences and like
whatever you feel comfortable
whatever
sharing.
you feel comfortable sharing.
Yeah.
And like if you had to give a piece of advice to like a Hmong woman that's married out there that's listening, like what would you tell that person?
Ooh.
Okay. So for me, definitely like when I first was working at, it used to be called Cherry Bomb. That was like my first salon ever, and I'm still there. So I had gotten married to my husband like a few months later, and so I was still adjusting to like my career and adjusting to be Anya and adjusting to a new like
Because that all kind of happened at the same time when you got married and started doing hair. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty stressful just because I felt like there are days where like I have to work on the weekends, and I used to feel really bad that I couldn't be places with my in-laws. Like, side,
Well, like when they go on and everything.
But like you know, obviously, like I feel like I'm the person that overthinks a lot as well. So I'm always like, oh, they're probably upset at me, or they probably feel like this and this. But my husband, he always gives me that reassurance, like, no, it's okay. Like,
Love that.
like your job is your job.
Thank you.
Supportive king.
Yeah,
We love that.
and like. And what he says is true because my in-laws, they're the type that like they're such loving in-laws that they're like, oh yeah, you know, you work, then it's okay, like don't worry, you know, like just go do your thing, go to work or whatever. I mean, like at first, because I just feel like this like OGs, they just don't know, you know, like about the cosmetology field. So when I was at work, girl, it'd be taking like 6 to 8 hours. So I'm sure like at one point they were probably like, oh, like why is she at work so late? But then
what's she out here doing?
Like, for real. But then my husband, like, you know, will like tell them like it really does take that long, you know. And I feel like as time goes on, they see how hard I work and how much I work, that they appreciate like wow, like she actually is a really hardworking woman, and like she's out there just hustling basically, you know. So but yeah, definitely at first it was stressful, but I've learned to just kind of take time for myself, like even like with my husband for sure, but like my alone time, like meditating, reading.
Yes.
At times, like when I lived with my in-laws, them, like I would just go to the park and just lay out my mat, like my little mat,
to get your own time to
and
space.
just, like,
Oh my gosh, I love
take
that.
time for myself, because it does get overwhelming when especially when you're a new nya in the family. But luckily I did have a really good support system, and my husband was really supportive too. And then when we moved over here, like I feel like we did have a little bit more not freedom, but a little bit more time for us to just really focus on us. But even with that, like sometimes I'm like, okay, like it's only like 6 p.m. Let's go for a walk or let's go do something. But by the time I come home, I'm like, girl, I'm tired. I'm like, either I'm gonna eat and then shower and sleep, or like usually my husband, he will cook. Luckily, I have a man that actually cooks, so he will like have dinner ready. And
I love that.
I feel like a part of it is also my husband does help me a lot too. Like,
As he should.
That's good.
Period.
That's good. Yeah, no, like
I know. I'm like,
like not a lot, and like I'm not gonna lie, not a lot of Hmong men are supportive of
Yeah, especially like they're not. Whenever they have like a significant other that's successful,
or trying to chase their dreams,
yeah, they
and
feel
goals.
like intimidated and like they
like it's a competition.
then it's like a
Should
competition.
never be that.
I don't know if it's a male thing.
It's the alpha male.
It's the alpha male.
It is. Hey, I didn't say it.
But can I just say something? As you were saying that, I was like getting very emotional because I'm not in the same boat with my home life, and so I just wanted to say that's really beautiful that to hear.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like everyone has such different.
Yeah, it's like oh my god, I'm getting emotional.
Cry.
It's been a rough 24 hours. No, it's great, and like I'm saying that, you know, it's an awesome thing that you have that with your in-laws and a understanding husband, and that's so great that they can see that. And I'm so proud of you that you don't have to experience the other side of it. Like that's such a great thing that they see that and they love you and they support you. That's awesome.
Yeah, because some people like really, that's why I'm saying like it's for other people it's different. Like there's different experiences. That's why like whenever like just going on a tangent, but whenever like some like a younger girl was going to go get married, like I was like don't do it. You're going to fucking regret it. It's going to be the worst thing of your fucking life. And then Nolly, our friend Nolly, that's like been happily married since she was a young girl. She was like, some people are happily married, at a young age. And I'm just like, how can you say that? Being married at a young age is fucking horrible. But then that's like the same thing. Like
everyone's experiences are different.
So different.
Yeah. I just want to add that in because I'm from the total opposite. So it was just, it's nice to know that not everyone goes through the bad.
And I used to like think that like at times my situation was bad, or like it does feel like defeating at times. Yeah. But then like I do sit here and think like, you know what, I should be grateful for the little things too. My in-laws they don't ever ask much from me. They're supportive, and like they're pretty traditional, but they are very open-minded to the modern time. Like the like more Americanized. Because I grew up very Americanized, and from the get-go moving in, like they've always told us, me and my sister-in-law actually, we grew up more Americanized, and they told us like, hey, like we know you guys come from different families, you're raised differently, but don't worry about waking up at 5 a.m. to cook a meal or having to do this and this, like, especially on weekends, like they know that it's our rest time basically, so they don't ever ask a lot from us. So I'm really grateful for that. But definitely in the beginning, it was kind of like I felt kind of bad in a way because I was like, I feel like I should be doing more,
like the expectations,
like the typical duty,
yes.
God. Oh, that was a good question, wasn't it? Period. Who's thinking now? Valid.
She's awake now.
Yeah, she's awake.
I took a little power nap earlier, and I'm good.
Yeah, it just got me thinking because, like, like Val said, not everybody goes through the same experiences. So it's nice to see that, maybe there are other people that have
good experiences.
Yeah. Because like my husband, he's always been supportive from the beginning. Like because I started cosmetology school back in 2017 when I first graduated high school, and I hated it. Like it was not for me. So because I went into it being more into makeup, and so Paul Mitchell, they focus more on hair. So when I went there, I was like, yeah, it's not for me. So I did drop out early 2018. So when I did drop out the first time, like I was so lost. I was like working full time. I hated it, and I was just like, you know what, like I just didn't feel like myself, but I didn't like cosmetology school. Yeah. So my husband has always encouraged me, like, you should go back because I was passionate about it still, and this and this and that. So I really do feel like he was like my support system on top of my parents and everyone else. So there was never one person that was like, you're not gonna make it, like you shouldn't do it. Everyone was supportive because they knew I was good at what I did too. So I feel like having that support system definitely helped a lot during the journey, even when I was at like my lowest.
Well, you just pretty much answered the question I was gonna ask you. Dang, we're just gonna
sorry, we're just going through it.
I love that because I was just gonna ask you that, when you were in your career trying to find your career, what were some of the challenges? Like, how did you get through it, or what was, like, what drove you to get into that? But you just answered it because you mentioned that you're more into, and like I don't know you as much as these two girls, but I just know you a little bit from your socials and through them. So I didn't realize that you were into makeup first before hair. I've always known you just through hair. I didn't know that. So that's so cool. So you were so much more into makeup rather than hair. What drew you to like get more into like hair
Paul Mitchell, like I mean, like you learn everything in cosmetology school, but with Paul Mitchell specifically, they teach mainly hair, which I was open to, but it was a lot of work. Like, really? It's a lot of work to learn because there's so many factors that go into learning about hair. Like, at one point, we learned about electricity.
What?
Yeah. Does it connect with it?
It's something about, like... I don't know. I forgot, but I know at one point we learned about electricity. So there's a lot of factors that they teach you to lead up to, like doing hair, like the molecules in hair and all this stuff. And I'm
like the science.
I'm like, 2 + 2 is 6. I'm like,
it's a lot of science. I heard.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy it? Do you enjoy the science?
Not really.
She's like, she doesn't need to know why the hydrogen oxide breaks down the nitrogen.
They really tell you that? Like,
it's because of like mixing the colors, and you have to know like the solutions and chemicals. That's
like
why I
heard 90%, like 70.
That's a lot of science. That's why
it sounds like
I'm not a science person, so I'm like you said. everything works out the way how they do it, because if I were to get into it, I don't think I would have like enjoyed it as much, because I'm not a science person at all. Chemical solutions, anything like that, I have to add up, doing math.
Because everything has a reaction, you know.
Chemical
so like,
reactions, yes.
Yeah.
So I don't think I would have been.
Love that. I've never thought about that. Right. So color is a chemical reaction.
Yes.
So that's why like it plays such a big like a big factor in it when my clients, they have to be honest about what's in their hair, because if they have like a perm or like a relaxer or something, like if I put bleach on it and they lie to me, like that's just gonna melt off,
and then it's gonna be your fault, not hers.
And I'll be over here crying.
I know, right? Like, wow, she really lied to me. Yeah,
I never lied to Emily once about my hair.
Yes, she has.
I haven't. I haven't lied to Emily once.
What has she lied about?
I haven't lied to Emily once. That when I first went to her, I was like, "Look, I've been bleaching my hair by myself,
Literally.
not knowing what the fuck."
And she's like, "All right, let me get my gloves on. What do we gotta do?"
So going back on how you were saying that you wanted to step into like your full self and like your true full potential. What do you like?
What does that look like?
Like, what does it look like for you? Like what are your
Without
next
giving the
steps?
specifics, because you know the ops might be watching.
Yeah, they're watching. They're always
watching. But
Anyways.
that's a good question.
Well, I feel like I don't even know, just like being honest with myself, because like I can obviously like lie to everyone else, but I can't lie to myself. You know what I mean? Like I know the truth at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So like if I'm feeling like, for example, like if I feel very burnt out, like at times like I tell myself like, okay, like who cares? Like you just keep pushing yourself, whatever. But it gets to the point where you're like, okay, I need a break, you know? And like to myself, I'll be like, oh, it's fine. But like truly deep down inside, I know that I'm like
really, you're about to burst.
Yeah, and I'm going through a hard time. So I just feel like just being honest to myself and like, I don't know, like I feel like I had also deal with a pretty crappy situation in cosmetology school with another person. So I feel like ever since then, like I've learned to just also be really kind to anyone else that's in the industry that is also Hmong, you know, like spread love, positivity, share clients, like send people your way. So
like make it a girls team.
Yeah, so
being a girl's girl. I love that.
So I feel like that also like, I mean, a lot of girls are like that too, but with the Hmong community being so small, like I feel like
competitive.
Yeah, it's competitive, but just being open-minded, I feel like no matter what, if I give love, the love comes back to me.
Yeah, double time.
Yeah. That's why we always say, like, be careful what you put out there, because
you're gonna get that back.
Yeah, it's gonna hit you times 10.
Yeah.
So like, even if people are doing you wrong, like as long as you're being true to yourself and like being conscious about what you're doing and being positive, like that's gonna come back to you. Yes, girl, that's the right way to think.
I love that.
Because I'm telling you, they be the haters, they be the ops, but you know what? You hate me, at the end of the day, it's gonna come back and hit you.
Yes.
And it's gonna be like, whoop. Nothing I can do. I didn't do that. You did that to yourself. Look in the mirror, sis. Because the person who did it is in the mirror, looking right at you.
I feel like what you're doing, like, I know we're talking about your job again, but just in general, because I feel like I'm making connections. Like my lash ladies, like they're the same way. I feel like in that industry, you have to be that type of person. You have to be the type of person to be open minded and to be able to willing to share clients. Like I love that so much because I kind of go back and forth to two lash ladies because one of them sometimes she'll be out of town, so I'll go and see the other one, you know. And I just love that they're so like Val's like a girl's girl, like they support each other as you should, you know.
Because like being in this industry, you should already like start off with knowing that it's gonna be like that. Like you have to be open minded. Like no one's like, if they don't stay with you, they don't stay like with you. They go to someone else, and you have to understand it in a professional perspective.
That's the thing, professional. Don't make it petty. Personal. Don't make it personal and be like,
I used to. I'm not gonna lie. Like when I first started, I used to take it super personal, like, and I would rant to my husband all the time, like
that little bit.
That motherfucker canceled all me.
You know who you're understanding.
That's a good question. So which brings it. So how do you like how do you differentiate between like how to take it personally and how to like really like separate the professionalism of course, you know?
Because I feel like your work life like is so intertwined with your personal because you're self-employed.
It's meshed.
So it's like, how do you separate that?
Wait, what?
She's not gonna be able to answer it all.
No, just to add to that because I'm saying, especially because most of your clients are Hmong in the Hmong community.
That part.
Or you know them,
Or
like
if
on
you
a
know
certain
them.
level.
Yeah.
So of course it's gonna be hard to not take it personal,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But how do you differentiate?
How do you navigate
How do you-
that?
Yes.
Yes. What's the GPS?
I mean, like, honestly, like I said in the beginning, I did take it pretty personal, but I've learned to just kind of like this is what I signed up for. Like, what do I expect? You know what I mean? But like, what really helped was just kind of like telling myself, like, you know what? At the end of the day, like, let's say, like, for example, I'm too pricey for someone, right?
Yes, that's also a good
Yeah.
topic.
Okay, let's pause right there because you know what?
You know,
entrepreneur's
quality over
price.
quantity.
No, an entrepreneur's price is gonna be their price. Okay, I'm talking about you don't go to fucking Walmart and you're like, okay, this shit's $10. I'm gonna have to cash it for a discount.
Yeah.
No,
No.
bitch.
You get what you
No,
pay-
bitch.
you get
You
what
get what you pay for.
Quality.
If that price don't match, you shouldn't be
Yeah.
saying shit to that person. Go shop somewhere else.
Yeah.
Bye.
Period.
That means that's
Yeah.
not for you. Okay.
Because I did
Just
have a
add that in there.
client. Because when I raised my price to hourly, I did have a client that, like, she was a sweetheart. She came to me like a couple times, and she was just like letting me know, like, I feel like in the most respectful way she can. Was like, hey, like, you're too pricey for me. Like, I won't be able to pay your prices anymore, whatever. And like at first it did hurt a little bit. I was just like I feel like I got shot in the heart. Like, but then I was like, you know what? Like, it's okay because I get it. Like,
Yeah.
you get it.
Yeah.
And from the get go of me raising my prices, I knew I was going to lose clients. But like Kayla, the previous owner of Cherry Bomb, she was like, you know what, Emily? Like, if there's people that leave, let them leave because that's going to bring you room for the people who are willing to pay for your prices.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Just being positive in that sense of like, it's okay, like everything is gonna work out. Like I just tell myself that constantly. Even if it doesn't, I'm like, it's a bad day. I'm like, you know, it's gonna work out. It's gonna work out.
Tomorrow will be a better day.
It's gonna come back tenfold, and I mean, from what I can see, it has.
Yeah.
For your business, and I love that.
So circling back to what you were talking about, how you said your husband is like your support system. You know, I feel like I can relate to you on that level. Like on many levels, like being Enya and you know, maybe not the experience itself, but like being a daughter-in-law and having a husband that is your support system that does support you in your journey. I feel like I'm similar to you in a way where we don't have the typical job, I guess, quote unquote, because I do such creative stuff on the side that I feel like it's very hard for people to understand what that looks like and
out of the norm
and
for
how that
community, at
is.
least.
You know what I mean? It's just like when you're doing things that are out of the norm, people don't get that. So how do you like, you know, you said he was like your number one like support system. Like, how does that look like, and how did you guys get there? And
Has it always been like that? Or
Yeah, actually, it really has because I feel like even when I was like a senior, like, you know, when you're in that stage where you're like, what do I want to do or whatever, I couldn't make up my mind. I was like, either go to like, I wanted to go to RSU for their art program there, but then like I also wanted to do graphic designing, or I was also like opened about interior designing too, but like for some reason, like something just kept pulling me to like beauty because I love like makeup and I love like just the beauty field. And like with my husband, he was just kind of like, just follow your dreams, whatever you want to do, like he'll support. And we were really young at that time too because he's a grade older than me. So
he was right out of high school.
Yes, so he was already out of high school when I was a senior, and he was already like working his full-time job where he graduated from tech already. So he was like doing it. So he was like prepared and ready and everything like that. While I was over here like, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I'm lost.
Yeah, literally. So
yeah.
but he just really helped me like navigate like basically which direction I wanted to go, you know? Because obviously like when I was telling myself like, okay, I think I want to do this, or I want to do this, or I want to do this, I feel like he can see like what I truly wanted to do, but I was
like when you're on
I
the
was
fence.
afraid, because I was like, what if I don't make it in cosmetology? What if I don't have a good job? Or I don't know, like everything that you've learned, like that people think of when they think of like cosmetology is that it's not a real career, you know, or it's not like a job. So but like it wasn't until I toured Paul Mitchell and I was like, okay, I'm going here. I don't care. I was like,
this is for me.
Yeah. So, but even like throughout that journey, like when I did want to give up, like he's always been supportive in a sense of like no, I know you got this. You can still do this and blah blah. And when I decided to have dropped out, because during that time, like I felt like I just wanted to like party, like hang out and party with my friends. So I never really took cosmetology school serious because I just got out of high school, you know? So like he was always the one that kind of redirected me, like, hey, like, you know, like basically, yeah. You put me in my
come on, sis, put down the beer.
Come on, we're trying to make a future here, baby. Get back on track.
Literally, it's important to have that.
Yeah. So I'm grateful that he was like that because, like I said, I wanted to party with my friends all the time and hang out with them, and I was getting that taste of like kind of freedom because I was like 18 already, so I was going out. So then like there was like a certain situation that had happened to me that I was like, shit, like I really need to get my shit together. But even when that certain situation happened, like that was like the lowest that I've ever been. And when I went to school, like I just couldn't, like I was like, I can't do this.
Like you couldn't focus?
I couldn't focus. I hated being there. I was also like, even at one point having problems at home. So like everything was just
hard.
like,
everything
was just like falling down. And I just felt like I just like, I felt like I was going through like a life crisis or something. So I made the decision to drop out. And like, truthfully, my husband was pretty like disappointed because he knew that I was good at what I do and I really do genuinely love it, but I just couldn't like, I just wasn't giving myself that time and patience to really like go through school and be positive about it. So I did drop out, and even my mom was pretty upset too because she was just like, where are you going with this now, you know? But after that I went to work full time. Like, girl, I was working 3 p.m. to 2 a.m. and I hated it, but
like just like a regular job, like
it was just like I worked at Ducommun, so it's like this,
like the company job. Company job.
I was the youngest one there, and there was like a few Hmong girls there, like Hmong ladies. They were like in their 40s or 50s, and they're like, "What are you used to do here?" They're
so
like,
young.
like shut up.
They're like, don't be like me and staying here for like 20 years.
A lot
like,
of redirections.
So I was just like, I worked there for like a year and a half, and I really thought about it because I was just like, what am I doing with my life? Because I was like I think that was when I was the most depressed, and like life was so like mentally it was so
like you were at a crossroads, like you didn't know what was next.
I feel like those low moments either make you or break you.
It was like you're being tested. You're being tested,
and that's literally how I felt. Like I felt like I was being tested. So like I wanted to go back to school, so like my husband was like trying to push me, and all I had to do was just call the financial aid teacher or the girl that was singing, and I had her number, but I was so scared to call because I felt kind of embarrassed going back. Like I don't know, like everyone that I was in the specific class that they put you in, they all graduated, they're all thriving, and I'm over here like starting over again. So I was embarrassed. But
do you think a part of that is like ego in general? I think, or prideful. I think just as humans, we don't like to see ourselves fail, or even to start over at square
or like
one.
being set back compared to other people.
I think that's just a part of being human. Like no one likes to, you know, like I think going face to face of what you're kind of like your past, right? And it's like having to confront that. It's like, are you able to put that pride aside and be like, it's okay that happened, but now I can start over with a new mindset, you know?
Because at least you're starting again rather than
and like giving up.
So I really do feel like it was like that, because in my head I was like, oh, like what if people make fun of me, or like, you know, they're like, oh, she's not even graduated yet, or why she's back. But literally like this one day randomly, like my husband, he just called the financial lady teacher, and then she handed me the phone, and he's like talk to her, and I was like, what's up? I was like hello, and she's like she was like one of the sweetest, and she's like, oh my gosh, Emily, like I can't believe you're coming back, and blah blah blah, because they've all always known me as Emily that was good at makeup, so they're like, I can't believe you're coming back, we're so excited. And then that's how we just set up a date, and I went back, and then boom, I was back in school.
Wow.
Shout out to
the honey. Shout out to you, man.
He's always seen potential in me from the beginning.
That's how it should be.
Yes.
That's how it should be. You have to build yourself up in order to build each other.
Yeah.
Where you get one of those?
Where you get one of those?
Girl, you gotta stop going to the club. Ain't that fucking right?
How did you guys meet?
From high school.
We
went to East Central.
Okay.
The
ghetto.
I didn't even went to East. I thought you went to Broken Arrow.
No, he went to Broken Arrow his senior year.
Okay. Yeah. Wait, what year did you graduate?
2017, but I
Holy
moved to
crap,
Sperry
so
and I finished my
young.
senior year over there.
I thought you were. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all are younger. Okay.
Yeah.
Aww.
Damn.
I'm only 24.
Holy crap.
You're only 24?
Yeah.
Dang, you a baby. Shit, we old as fuck.
None of us have a house.
And I,
Hey, that's okay. Yeah.
hey,
So yeah, that's. I love how mature you are and what you've been through to really
Yeah.
shape your. Because I honestly thought how mature you are.
I never knew the backstory.
I
Yeah.
did not know you were only 24.
Yeah.
Girl, well, you should celebrate because you are doing.
You are thriving.
Thank you.
Literally.
You are thriving.
Love that for you.
And honestly, a lot of people that are your age, 24, they do not. Not until they get to our age do they have that mindset. Because I'm telling you, the mindset is still stuck on
just having fun
and like, and honestly just like the way of thinking, like positivity and like, thinking in forward thinking, like how can I better myself, how can I work on myself to be better. And you should give yourself props. Like
honestly,
I honestly thought you were older than that.
And you doing it out here alone?
For real.
Like, because your mom and them don't live here.
Yeah, they moved to Minnesota.
See?
Your parents don't live here?
Yeah, you guys didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Well, I always see
Only
your
that.
pictures when you go to Minnesota, but I thought I know your sister because she used to party with us.
Lucy. Yeah.
Wait, what's
Yes.
sister?
Yes.
Crazy.
Yeah. Actually, she knows Danny because we brought her. We invited her, and at that time, her and Pather were hanging out. Pather,
okay.
yeah, her and Pather were hanging out, and at that time I was single, and my husband, him and his brothers and friends was looking for girls, and I was like, I have a few girls, and I'm like, come on over. So it's funny because when you posted stuff, I'm like, I know her.
Yeah. That's so
What a
funny.
song.
So your family used to live here though. You guys.
Yeah,
Okay.
so my mom and dad and my siblings were here because majority of my family's in Minnesota. I have my grandpa's in Arkansas, so we lived there for a few years, and then we moved to Tulsa, so it was just us, like just my family. And then recently, or like when we moved to Sperry, my grandpa and uncle from Colorado, they moved down to live with us, so they still live there now. Like I have them at least, if anything.
They live here?
Yeah, they live in Sperry.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they live at my mom's house, and then my mom
Okay.
they moved to Minnesota.
So why did your parents move?
So she got pregnant again.
You're right. Didn't you guys
Yes.
just do a thing for her?
That's my wait.
Or am I?
So I have a stepmom who's pregnant now.
Maybe that's what I'm
But
thinking.
I was supposed to go and celebrate for her.
Oh,
but
okay.
my mom, the youngest is 2 now. So when my mom was pregnant with her, I just got married. So out of nowhere, she's like, I'm pregnant again. And I was like, damn. So my mom was like, now that you're married, like, so she's just like, okay, like, she's going to move to Minnesota. So she has help with the 2 little ones. So, yeah.
Oh, your parents pretty young too.
I would say so. My mom's 46. And then my
that's
stepdad
young.
is 44.
Damn, and she had a baby 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Damn, she defied the odds.
There's a 13-year-old after me, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Your parents at work.
So that's why my mom,
no.
she wanted a better support system. Like,
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
help her.
as she should.
Kids,
As she should.
Because the 13-year-old is the oldest one now, and she's the one babysitting. Sorry, you're stepdad's mom.
You know what it's like. And you have an older sibling.
Yes, so I have Lucy. She's the oldest. She's married and she lives in Minnesota. And then I have an older brother, and he lives with my real dad in Minnesota.
Okay. Gotcha.
So I have a really big like blended family. Yeah,
Okay,
gotcha.
so your mom has a new hubby,
yeah,
like a stepdad.
Yeah. But she's
Okay.
been married to him like since 2010. Or
Okay,
Gotcha.
okay, per.
yeah, so
Exactly. Go, mama. Your happiness comes first.
Yes,
I love
Period.
that.
As it fucking should. The
Yes.
and like on top of that, my stepdad's really supportive too. So like,
I
As
love
he should
that.
be.
Yeah.
See, where is
these
it?
supportive men coming from?
Not at the motherfucking club.
You will attract if you put it out there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, what you put out there, sis, it's coming back to you. too.
I want a supportive man.
No, that's not what you putting out there, sis.
I'm gonna be as supportive as I can be to whoever, so that way I can get the support back. See,
Put it out
but
there.
it don't work like
You will
that.
attract.
Oh God.
Well, I love that you have such a huge blended family. I did not know that. And even
know that
as
either.
blended as it is, and they are all so very supportive.
I
Yeah.
know.
You are so blessed. I love that.
to have a nice support
I know I
system.
am. Yeah.
That's good. I love that.
So I wanted to ask a little bit about friends. Like, I know you have a bestie.
Daisy. Shout out to you.
Shout out to Daisy.
I know.
Everyone
Hi,
knows
Daisy.
Daisy.
I thought y'all were sisters. Like,
Really?
Because every time I see y'all together, I'm like, oh yeah, her and her sister. But I didn't know
Yeah,
you guys were
yeah.
not sisters.
So how long have you
Yeah.
guys been besties? Like,
Well, I've always like kind of known her on Facebook because she was doing makeup too. Like,
okay.
and
So
the funny thing is, like, she was supposed to go to cosmetology school the year I went. So I'm like, girl, we would have been besties from the get go. But she started hanging around us because of our friend New brought her and John around. But like,
who's John? Her husband?
yeah, her husband, yeah. So they started hanging around us. So like. We like talk here and there, but I feel like me and her related because we were very into beauty, while the other girls were all like v-ball, like volleyball girls and all that stuff. So it wasn't until we worked at Ducommon together.
oh, you guys worked it together. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we worked there
So
together.
when you were in your low of lows,
yeah, and I had her.
through the trenches,
Everything happens for a
Alright,
reason.
yeah. Let this be a lesson.
Yes, yes.
in
yes.
your lows of lows, sometimes you will find the light that you've been looking
Yes,
for.
literally.
And let me guess, she been with you since that day.
Yeah,
Thank
literally.
you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yup.
so
that.
we worked together and we got really close,
Yeah.
and we were like little crackheads at work together. Like,
Not literally though, right?
like no, maybe.
Disclaimer.
Yeah, but we had it was fun working with her. But there would be times where I'm just like, dang, like because she was already married, you know, like
Yeah.
she already had like a
Oh,
son.
you weren't married at that time.
No, I wasn't. I was only 18. So Daisy's been married since she was like 16.
Oh,
Dang, Daisy, what was you doing,
I did not
sis?
know that.
So they were like more like, because John worked there too, so they were more working for like their future together,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you know, whatever. So for me, I was kind of like, oh, okay, well, I got
don't know
money,
what the hell
let me
I'm
go
doing.
buy like I don't know, Truly or something, like,
the fuck up.
or like hang out with my friends or something. But like with her, like definitely, I feel like with us being best friends, like it was a good time. Like
Yeah.
she definitely was like the laugh that I needed, you know, because like honestly, like even though like my husband, like he like. You know, he's very supportive. We
Yeah.
also had our rocky times too,
Yeah.
you know.
course.
And like during
That's
those
normal.
times, like I had no one. I was like, well, I mean, I have Daisy. like Daisy's always there for me. So I feel like she definitely was also one of those girlies that like helped me be where I'm at today
Yes,
too.
help shape you.
Like
to
one of
be
your
where-
day ones.
Yeah.
Hey, you see what I did there?
Yeah.
Watch our last episode, day ones.
Her
Amazing.
too. Oh, I love that.
I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Pumpkin pie or pecan pie?
Ooh.
Pumpkin pie.
Ooh, favorite holiday?
Fall. Halloween. Favorite season, fall, but favorite holiday, Christmas.
TJ Maxx or Home Goods?
TJ Maxx.
Oh, she's ready. Come on, she's ready.
Okay, Walmart or Target?
I was gonna say that.
Target.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what?
White chocolate or dark chocolate?
White chocolate. Yes, unless it's milk chocolate.
Orange or bananas?
Bananas.
Sneakers or heels?
Sneakers.
Starbucks order.
Pumpkin spice latte with cold foam.
Ooh, I love that. 116 hotline or something else?
116.
Thank you.
As always, we upload every Monday, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you so much, Emily, for being a guest.
Love you.
Love
If you ever need your hair done and
Or
you
makeup.
have makeup or hair and you have dark hair and you're like, dang, nobody can ever color my hair
That is her
correctly.
specialty. Yes.
Dark hair specialist right here.
Yes, hit me up.
Emxiongcreations.
Book her.
Yes.
And if you have a wedding coming up, if you know someone that has a wedding coming up,
Book
she's your go-to. Okay,
She's
your
so good.
go-to.
And she's just like, when you hang out with Emily and around
Positive.
her, it's just so positive
Sparkles.
and uplifting. Yeah, it's like you feel safe.
Baby
it's
angels.
Like,
Yeah.
yes, like I could just talk to
it's
you.
a zen.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Literally is
I
a-
literally came across so many women that like we have the same like energy.
Yes.
Like we said, you
As it
attract.
should be. Yes.
You really attract.
I want to attract a good
Lord, please, someone find her man.
Anyways.
You can find us at 116 Hotline on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Spotify, and Anchor,
and Apple Podcasts.
So make sure you guys follow us for our new episode. And thank you so much for listening / watching. And we'll see you
next week. Yeah.
Bye.